All right, welcome back to the Bing Chillin' podcast.
We're the Bing Chilling podcast. We're all here is Bing Chillin'.
Hosted by your favorite dynamic duo, the Bing Chillers.
The Bing Chillers. Oh my god.
I
Yes.
was saying a Miggle a couple of weeks ago. That would be the funniest, like, Valorant tag.
The Bing Chillers.
Being, like, the Bing Chiller.
Wait, just the tag or the name itself?
No, the name.
Oh.
The Bing Chiller.
The Bing Chiller. Oh my god.
That
And
would
then
be so... That'd be, like, my Smurf account name.
you can make the Bing and then so the Bing and then the tag would be chill.
Yeah.
The Bing Chill. Welcome back. All right, before we start, I want to say a major apology to the Apex community. I was watching your ALGS, which is anybody that doesn't know. It's essentially their major or their worlds. And
ALGS sounds like an STD.
it does sound like a disease. I'm not gonna lie, it does sound like it. They could have named it anything else. Like, you know how there's a CS:GO major, League of Legends Worlds, like ALGS. Like, come on, guys, you guys can do a better name than that. But it was actually pretty interesting. Like, it was very fucking hype. So, because
Yeah.
I looked through this and how the point system works. Their point system is actually pretty interesting, right?
Well, explain what's a point system for in
In
a
Apex,
battle royale.
a battle royale, how you get points is if you get top 15, you get points for placement of each match, and then you get points for kills, how many kills you get per match as well. So they add it up.
Okay, so if you get like top 15, but you fucking hide the entire time.
You're getting like 1 point,
Okay.
maybe like 2 points, maybe.
Okay.
So yeah, so it like kind of enforces like you actually have to like play smart, but also you have to play for kills.
People want you to play aggressively, so it's more interesting to watch.
Yeah, of course, it's aggressive, but also you have to be play smart. You know what I mean? There's a lot to go
Yeah.
around it, right? So how the point system works is, so you have to get to 50 points, right? And then you have in that 50 points, when you get 50 points, you have to actually win one of them. You can't just score a high point because you imagine you just getting second place with high kills all of
Okay.
them, and you get 50 points. But after you hit 50 points, you actually have to win it. Like, you have to be first place in that match, right? So then it was intense because there was one team that was like match point for like 4 or 5 games in a row.
Oh, really?
And then
What, they were over 50?
They were like they were like ended with 80. And like they were ended,
but
yeah,
they just couldn't close it
they just
out?
couldn't close it out. And then it was like at that point it was like 6 teams that were like at over 50, so any of them could win. And then the
Yeah.
other 15, because there's 20 teams.
Mhm.
So the other 15 teams had to like scramble.
up,
They had to scramble. They had to not only do good, not only gain points, but they also had to kill the other team for them
Yeah.
to not win, so they have a chance to play
They're
the other
like,
game.
"Hey, it's fine if anyone wins except team X, Y, and Z."
Yeah.
So that's cool.
So it was actually pretty fucking interesting. And surprise, surprise, TSM won something. I know, it's crazy. They won a world championship. Wow,
Unlucky.
unlucky.
What kind of world are we living in where TSM wins?
TSM is
something?
winning. TSM is winning, and it's kind of weird to see. I'm not gonna lie. I think I don't know. Ever since Reggie kind of resigned, TSM has been winning.
My boy.
I'm just saying. Coincidence? I think not.
Let's get Reggie on the podcast and we could tell him everything we fucking hate about him.
He would never want to come on the podcast. You think if we're big enough, like
No.
massive enough, we'll be like, "Yo, Reggie, come on the podcast. Let's just have a chat," and we'll just
No.
roast him the entire time.
He's too fucking like self-absorbed to like ever do something like that.
Like, he'd be
I
like,
don't know.
"Fuck you guys."
Yeah, he'd be like, I don't need none of this for publicity or some
Like,
stupid
actually,
shit.
we'll be like, "You know what? Just come here, air your shit out. Come on, it's an unfiltered podcast. We don't filter shit out. Come on, just come in. Just come on, talk your shit, and then we'll talk our shit, and then it'll just be a shit show, and then it'll be a good podcast. Everyone will listen to it.
I don't want poop in my room.
It's not. No, he's gonna have poop in his room, not in our room. You know what I mean?
I like that.
I like that a lot. What I've been looking around is the AI that is ChatGPT and like
Okay.
AI streamers.
I don't know what this is, but I want you
Dude,
to explain it.
This shit is so fucking sick. So, someone made a VTuber completely AI.
So it's not a person with
It's not a person with emotion.
like Motract or anything.
No,
It's-
it's an actual AI, and it averages 5,000 views on Twitch. It's kind of scary.
I hope that shit doesn't get donations. I really fucking hope nobody's donating.
Well, technically not her, but like somebody. The people who actually made the AI would get the money. So
yeah, but it's like
not like don't donate like a lot of money. Or like,
So
I
what
can't. Okay, you can't say not to donate a lot of money because like it's the person, we don't know their living style. But like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if they just ran ads, they'd make a shit ton of money there as is.
So what is this? What does it do on stream? Does it play games?
No, it plays games and then like it talks to chat and it's like so interactive. It's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's
Now,
freaky.
does it feel real, or is it like you put chat commands in and the thing like responds?
No, like the
to
way it
them?
responds, you can obviously tell it's an AI.
Yeah.
You can obviously tell it's an AI, but the way it like does some things, say some things, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What kind of games does it play?
I forgot some games it was playing. I don't remember, some horror games, some like regular games, but like the way it like
An AI playing horror games? Wow.
so like my thing is, if it plays like an FPS, does it automatically have aim wall, like wall hacks and all that?
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's playing like Valorant or CS:GO or something like that, then it's like, is that fair?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, what would you think that, like, that's why interesting. I'm confused about how AI streaming works.
Like if it's playing like solo games or whatever, cool.
Yeah,
But once it gets in the competitive integrity of like something, then
imagine AIs are going to be in esports.
that would be fucking stupid because then it would just be aim lock everywhere.
Yeah, there's no real emotion to it too.
And
Like,
there's no skill to it. It's like, yeah, it takes skill to like make a fucking AI or whatever, but like once it's there, it's like it just clicks heads, you know?
right? So that's what I'm saying, and I'm like, but this is interesting because there's another stream. They're literally, the graphics are literally PS1 graphics,
Mm-hmm.
and they made they're literally generated Seinfeld on Twitch. Like,
What do you?
they made graphics, like the AI generated like PS1 graphics, and they're making Seinfeld episode on Twitch. Seinfeld like episodes on Twitch.
Oh, it's just like doing a sitcom.
Yeah, of like with Seinfeld characters, all that. But it's like the graphics are like a PS1 graphics.
That's actually hilarious.
But recently, funny enough, what I saw is they got banned because they were like, it aired and it was like doing a stand-up comedy and it was making fun of transgender people and on Twitch, and then it got banned. I don't know if it got banned permanently or suspended, but then everyone's like, bro, what the fuck? Then the creator came out, I was like, oh yeah, my bad. Actually, like the code for it kind of like went haywire.
So like the AI, it comes up with like its own bits and whatever.
Yes, the AI
So,
comes in.
I guess, I mean, either A, he's coding some fucked up shit in there, or if it's just taking like current events and maybe trying to make jokes out of it, I guess maybe that's
like he was like saying something, like, yeah, he was making jokes about transgenders, but in the same time, it was like, it's interesting how far, like how crazy AI has come. Like,
yeah, and especially if it's like, this isn't like a corporation or something.
No,
it's
it's just
this is like a fucking guy in his dorm room or wherever he's living. It's like a guy.
Yeah, that's
Like,
interesting because now like
people are fucking smart.
yeah, no, AIs is crazy. Which, okay, I saw this, like, I know this is like a little old, but then like I saw Pokemon with like back to the VTuber AI. Pokemon was like, that's kind of scary. It's like I don't know the exact words, so don't quote me on the words what she says, what Pokemon said. But then she was like, it's kind of scary or it's nerve-wracking that this is getting too intelligent. And then someone quote tweeted was like, if you're worried that an AI might take your job, you might not be that creative. So I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with somebody, but in the same time, it's like, I don't think AI will take over streaming because,
yeah, like, I feel like something like streaming or really things in the entertainment industry, just in terms of like live performances, which like you could argue Twitch is a live performance, right? Like,
it is.
and I don't see like an AI being able to make things at like that level. Not even that, like, you can't have something that makes content that's good, but it's always gonna lack some sort of like relatability or something. Like, whereas like there's a big thing in the audio industry that people are concerned about, which like I even use some of this shit for editing the podcast. Like, there are plugins that I have that will do things automatically for me. So like it'll automatically like set the level of the podcast so it meets like whatever like Spotify's loudness level is. And so like things that are strictly based in the numbers, yes, maybe you could be worried for your job as like a mastering engineer or something like that for like this, or I don't know if like there's similar stuff in video, but like I don't know. I feel like the AI, it's a cool thing that exists, like with the
Yeah.
streamer, but like, do I see like hundreds of AI streamers come like spawning and fucking just like taking over Twitch? No,
Yeah.
because like how you were saying, it's like you could tell that the thing's an AI, and I mean maybe it'll get to a point where you can't tell, and then maybe be scared, but like. I don't know. I feel like at least for the near future, it's like if you're a person, I feel like you got the upper hand. Because right now, this is just like, oh, cool new thing. But like, I don't know. People are not going to be watching the AI give AI responses to your chat like forever.
Yeah.
You know?
Of course, when it comes, yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why when someone was like that, it's like, I don't think you should ever be scared that the AI will take your job if you're a streamer, if you're an entertainer, you're a YouTuber, podcaster, any of that sorts. Just because they don't have that human-esque aspect. You can pump them up with so much data to the point where they're almost like, but they're still never gonna like a human entertainment.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, this is cool. I like this is really interesting. This he literally made an VTuber into a streamer, but that's solely an AI. Like it's kind of interesting. But it's like also, but it's nothing like to be scared. I don't think so. I never looked at it like, wow, damn, streaming is going downhill. It's only going to be AIs. No, 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 no. With that being with that, it's more of just like, for
I think
example,
it's a proof of concept.
yeah. Imagine like you have like, I don't know, esports casters, right? We'll take that for example. Imagine esports casters were run by AIs. Like
the info might be there, but like the emotion
yeah,
is gonna lack, and it's not gonna be as interesting.
it's like imagine Simple's like his infamous 1v2 cash that is like Simple
Opnoscope, yeah.
Obnoscope, this is an FPL, this is a major. Like that, like you when you heard that, you felt the emotion and
or the this is Rocket League.
this is Rocket League, like that, like
Like-
all that. Like you can't tell me that an AI can replace that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no an emotion, and that's where it goes live streaming. There's events where like so a lot of times human error is what makes the streamer a streamer and makes them popular. It's the jokes, like the hey, like oh I fucked this up, or like I said something stupid, but in the funny way,
Yeah,
not in the canceling way, but in the funny
that's
way.
all the highlights you see on YouTube.
Yeah,
or
it's like this
whatever.
people being stupid, and that's the fun part about it. And AI being like, "Hello, chat, how are you?"
It's like it's cool to say that it exists, but like who's gonna watch that long term
Yeah, like we.
and not get bored?
Yeah, I mean, unless I don't know,
Unless you're into that,
yeah, maybe you're into that, cool, but
in
like,
which I'm judging you. But
yeah, you're judging them hard.
yeah,
It's
there's plenty of people out there to watch.
yeah, I feel like this. Yeah,
If you're not finding enjoyment out of watching any like people, maybe you just shouldn't be watching anything.
well, not anything. I feel like you're just watching the wrong demographic. There is. I always say there is always one YouTuber, YouTuber, entertainer, live streamer, gamer that definitely fits you what you look for. Like you shouldn't be going to an AI with no emotion. Like
Being like, damn, this shit goes hard.
bro, when he said, "How are you?" Bro, I felt that.
Bro,
Felt that. Which is like, I don't get what the whole. That's why it's like the whole AI shit is so crazy, and then like the deep fakes, which is interesting. Yeah, of course, I'm not gonna go into the Atrioc thing. That's that guy that got fucked over for. But I'm not gonna go over. Yes, was it fucked that he did that? Yes. Should you be doing that shit? No, that is illegal.
Yeah.
It's illegal, by the way. It's not. People are like, oh, but it's not it's not really their body. Yes, but you're using their likeness.
That's that's like using another brand and just like there's a reason. I mean, I know this is a completely different comparison, but there's a reason like you can't just like buy like say a heat press with the Nike logo on it and put it on shirts and say you're selling Nike shirts, you know? Not like it's a similar thing. You can't take someone else's face and put it on something else and try to sell it as like that
Yeah,
thing, you know?
especially without their consent.
Like
It's like, dude,
like
and then yeah,
aside like that's I guess like the financial aspect of it. Obviously there's more moral things
yeah,
to talk about like objectifying people and stuff.
yeah.
But
And then like especially with the gaming community where like a lot of women still feel uncomfortable even showing their faces when they're
yeah.
streaming, and it's like, and then you're doing that, and then you see one picture of them, and then you use that to deep fake them. It's like,
Yeah, it's like what the hell are you doing?
yeah, it's like, come on, man, like you can't be so low in your life to the point where you have to resort to deep fakes. Like you taking other people's likeness and doing the deep fakes is like you're considered a piece of shit of a human being for that.
Yeah.
So
And
again, what
I think the absolute worst part, or not maybe not the worst part, but like the most like awkward part about it is like these are people that he knows.
yeah,
It's like imagine doing that and like having to go up to that person after they know what you did and being like,
it's awkward.
"Yo,
No,
what's good?" It's like
it's very awkward. It's
I
like,
don't know. Like I was talking about it with Crystal. I'm like, I wonder what his wife, like he's married. Like I wonder
yeah,
what his wife thinks about all this.
yeah. And then like it's also about like porn addiction is a real thing. It's like he brought that up, and it's like, of course, I understand porn addiction is a real thing, and if you do have it,
You
it's
should
not.
probably like look for some sort of help.
Yeah, it's important to look for help. So like you got to understand that.
And like if that's like what you're resorting to, it's like what the hell is like I don't know. I
Be-
feel like I can't stand the people on Twitter and whatever who are like defending him and stuff. And it's like there is like the few people that are like defending him in his Twitter and it's like, bro, this is fucked up. This should never be going on at all.
Yeah, this should never be looked at in a bright light at all. Like
Like
this is like some, because especially that's what I'm saying. Like with AI being like so far, like it's very advanced. Like me, okay, I'm a coder, right? I do data analytics and stuff. So like with me is that I have AI that can literally code for me. Like there's programs where an AI can literally do some of the stuff that I ask it to do.
mhm.
There's AI, like there's advanced stuff, and then there's something like deepfakes. It's like there's the thing is with deepfakes, right? There's some really good aspects of deepfakes. So like
Yeah,
for
there's
example,
some good uses of
there's
it.
some really good uses. Some guy, right? There's this literally white guy. He does a good voice impersonation of Morgan Freeman, right? Perfect impersonation. He literally did a deep face of Morgan Freeman with him talking, and you look at that and they're like, "Damn,
You
that's
wouldn't
Morgan
even
Freeman."
know.
You wouldn't even know. So like something like that, that's pretty interesting, right? It's nice, but like of course you can say there's a drawback. Oh, someone could use that and like, I don't know, accuse someone of saying something when they didn't, right? But I feel like we're in a point where it's
I feel like if it's done like consent is a big thing for it because you're literally using another person and like you could fake something
yeah,
as that person. So like having their permission to like do whatever is like number one.
biggest thing.
Like early and run what you're gonna say or how it's gonna be used by X person. Cause it's like yeah, save for the Morgan Freeman thing, but he says some like fucked up racist shit or something. It's like I don't really want my name attached to it, you know.
Yeah.
But like I guess like in that instance, it's kind of harmless, but it's a very weird subject because like it's very bizarre being at a point in time where you could just like take another person's face and like voice to an extent and just like make anything out of it.
Yeah.
It's
It's definitely a bad space, and like it's no surprise that women are the number one target for it, of course, and
yeah.
like especially in the gaming sphere. Like, come on, we want to move to a direction where it's safe for everybody, and then having this, like, come
Especially
on.
from like such a big like streamer, it's like, come on. It's like this doesn't like make anyone feel. This makes nobody feel comfortable.
Yeah, like even like
nobody should be like, yo, that's actually kind of cool.
yeah,
No,
Like
Like,
Ludwig came out and made a video because he's good friends with him, like really good
yeah.
friends with him, and he came out. He's like, "What?" Like, of course, go watch the video. Don't just if you find this, go watch
This
Ludwig's
is all
video.
very rough.
Yeah. So like because
Off the dome.
I watched this like 4 or 5 days ago. I remember if it was anything.
Yeah.
And he was like, because his girlfriend, Cutie Cinderella, she's the biggest streamer, and she was on the list of the things that he bought. So he's like, essentially, he was like, yo, what he did was bad. He did come out with a tweet longer saying, hey, which I do commend him for. He's like, hey, I can't, like, do not support me. If you support me, that I don't support you guys. This what I did was fucked up. What people speaking on me was right. I have no reason to feel remorse for it.
Yeah.
Step one in the right direction. Okay, that's fine. And Ludwig came out, but he's like, the reason I didn't want to talk more about this is because I prioritize being a boyfriend to Cutie Cinderella.
Yeah.
So that's like something you got to understand. Like, not only is the women being affected, but their significant other, their mother, their father, like their families being affected by this too.
Yeah. Then it's like,
it's just
my
there's no
daughter
winners
was in
to
a
this.
porno.
There's no winners on this, bro. So like deepfakes is scary. It's a scary thing. It is a scary thing. Could it be used for good, like a good entertainment thing? Hell yes.
Yeah, like I don't know if you ever heard the video or the YouTube channel Corridor Crew before. They do they're like a special effects house. And they got approached by Snoop Dogg to do a music video, and they had like a Tupac feature, except like Tupac's dead. Like, except like Tupac is like in this music video or whatever, so they deep faked Tupac's face onto some guy so that Tupac could be in the music video doing a feature. I was like, that shit's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, of course, they probably got like consent and stuff with that.
Well,
right?
I mean, yeah. And I think Snoop Dogg was like friends with him and whatever.
Yeah.
So,
No, I know Snoop Dogg was like good. He was part of like
there's definitely some more like business or legal aspects to it, but it's like that's a pretty cool implementation of the technology.
Imagine you're in 2023 or 2020, wherever that happened.
I think it was a couple years ago, but still.
Imagine like is like early, and then you see like Tupac. It's like it's interesting.
Yeah.
See, like things like that. It's like you can use. Of course, you have Snoop Dogg's consent. Snoop Dogg was best friends with him. Like you have that's consent. That's a perfect example of using deepfakes.
And it's. I think it's also another thing if someone comes up to you who has like the power or whatever, or like the consent, and they ask you to do exactly what it is. Because like Snoop Dogg's like, hey, we got this verse in the song, and we need Tupac to look like he's singing it. This is what we need, X, Y, and Z. This is how it's gonna be done. And then it's like, cool. There's no room for misinterpretation.
Yeah, it's like of course they probably went like they went through the back, like behind the closed doors. They did everything, but like, see, stuff like that is what's good about the AI. Like you're seeing, like of course a lot of the people are saying, oh, look at the negatives of AI, but of course you got to look at the positives as well.
It streamlines things. There's stuff possible that wasn't before.
Like entertainment, like of course the entertainment side of it is. There's the sky is this limit for what creativity you can do, and I know with for example, I don't know if they did it, but like for when Paul Walker died and before the Fast and Furious movie came out, in that end scene, of course, if you haven't watched Fast and Furious, just go watch it. But spoiler warning, in the end scene where Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, his character, they're driving and then they go distance, they had Paul Walker's brother play it, and then they just adjusted his face to make it look like more like Paul Walker. That because they're already siblings, so they kind of already somewhat look alike. So they just adjust it, and that was like kind of like a deep fake in a way, where they made it, and then you see him driving to the distance, and look, it looked really like that ending was such a sweet ending. It's like, okay, he's officially gone from the series because of course he passed away, and rest in peace. But he moved away, and that was like a touching feeling of using deep fake.
Yeah.
Like that was such a good feeling, and like that was such a good positive way of using it. And that's also like another thing where like, because I know deepfakes and like it's so interesting. Like shit like that is so nice.
Yeah, it's very cool how like different implementations that you wouldn't think of can be used for it.
Yeah. And there's so many options. There's so many ways. Yeah. But have you seen the off topic? Have you seen the Hogwarts Legacy gameplay at all?
Yeah. It looks all right.
It looks pretty sick.
It looks cool, but I don't think it's multiplayer.
It's not multiplayer. It's single player, right?
Yeah. But like, I don't know. Like, I'm not the biggest Harry Potter person. I watch like the You ever hear of Game Ranks on
Yes.
YouTube? I watch there before you buy on it.
Mhm.
Great channel.
Very,
Highly
very good show.
recommend.
I would recommend it.
They do a lot of good. Like I pretty much only watch their before you buy series, but it is a determining factor when I go to buy games.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like it looks cool, but it doesn't look like something I would be like super invested into.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Like I don't know. Is it a $60 game?
It is a $60 game. Yeah.
Maybe if it goes on sale, I'll cop.
Yeah. I think if it goes on sale for like, I don't know, 40, 45 maybe, I'll buy it. But like 60, it's like I don't know.
Because like I watched all the Harry Potter movies. I think they're all right, but I'm not like
Die-hard fan.
I'm not like a big Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
Like
With
it's all right.
Because I know like a lot of that because of the whole like J.K. Rowling came out and like bashed the transgender community, and then now the transgender community is like, if you play this game, you're transphobic. And then there's because the reason it blew up, I don't know. I know you're not on Twitter much, so like let me explain it to you. So of course, if anybody doesn't know, J.K. Rowling created Harry Potter, right?
Yeah.
I know this. She made the movies, blah blah blah. All that happened, and then like I don't remember when, it was like a couple years ago or a few years ago. She was essentially like not demoralizing, but she was like talking down on the transgender community and like criticizing them and all that, right? And she got a lot of shit for it, all that, and now because Hogwarts Legacy was announced and everyone's like, oh, it looks pretty sick, the gameplay looks sick, and then a lot of the transgender community
Is like if you play this game,
you're transphobic. Here's my 2 cents. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I don't think that you are transphobic if you play. Like, you're not transphobic if you. What if you just love the Harry Potter series, and it's just because I'm thinking of it from the developer standpoint, correct? If this game does bad on developers, the developers look bad. Not only the developers look bad, but they could get fired because, hey, why is the game not looking good? Why is the game looking good? Because it's out of your control.
And are these people also going, oh, the devs are transphobic for working on this game?
Probably. But then what pissed me off was someone made a website to whoever is streaming the Hogwarts Legacy game to cancel them. So now people are actively going and harassing people that are playing the game where they just like the Harry Potter series. Of course, what J.K. Rowling was bad. Yes, we agree that it was bad when she said about the transgender community. But you're going out there to harass and attack the streamer that just wants to play the game and just want to be a wizard. Like, that's what I don't get. It's like, why are you going after the streamer? Just don't go after the streamer.
And it's like, this shit happened after all the Harry Potter stuff came out. So it wasn't like she got canceled and then Harry Potter came out, you know? Like, it's like, these were like an established fan base before all this shit. And then like, it's like, oh, I don't like Harry Potter anymore because J.K. Rowling's fucking... It's like, I don't care about J.K. Rowling. Half the, like, this new shit isn't like, they 100% didn't have her write it. It's just, I guess, based off her work. I don't know.
Yeah, it was more of just like, it's just like, this is like in like, I don't know if this is the first ever, but like, this feels like a really, like an RPG, like a really big RPG that you can literally do anything. You could be a wizard, you could do like, you join the dark side, you can be like, Slytherin, you can like go through different like it looks like the concept looks really fucking good. Like the game actually looks sick.
Yeah, and like it's also a thing of like back to the transgender thing. It's also a thing of like in the Harry Potter world, is there like racist or transgender undertones in it? Not that I've noticed ever. Like there isn't this message in Harry Potter that's like transphobic, you know?
Yeah. I understand you want to hate the writer of the story, and I understand you hate J.K. Rowling, but my biggest thing and my thing that takes away is don't harass or don't attack the streamer. Don't do that. Like that's my biggest thing. It's like you're going after somebody who has no say in any of this. They just want to play the game. They just want to have fun.
It's a fucking wizard game. You're not out there. It's not called Transgender Slayer 2023.
Yeah,
no,
like,
it's fucking Harry Potter.
Because these I'm seeing all these streamers are like even like not I'm not even like because we're small, like even the bigger streamers, like big streamers are even playing the game and they're enjoying. Like XQC is literally playing the Hogwarts game. Are you gonna try to go cancel him over a video game? Like again, J.K. Rowling, what she said was bad. We agree on that.
Yeah.
But you should not be harassing the streamer and attacking them for playing the game. You should not make a whole website and then find who's playing it and then just attack them on stream. Like, that's fucked. Imagine someone with a small fan base just wants to try out the game, stream a bit, and then they have like 20, 30 people come in and are attacking them and canceling them and all that. Like, you shouldn't be doing that.
The people,
like if you're mad over a video game, like genuinely like mad that people are playing a video game.
If
please.
Harry Potter is making you angry enough that you need to make a website designed to fucking cancel people for streaming a game, go to fucking therapy.
Like, yeah, like get off the internet. Get off Twitter.
Like, these are, you ever hear that saying, or that thing that's going around, being chronically online?
Yeah. No,
it's like these are those people.
Yeah, and it's like, come on, like, why are you going out of your way to attack streamers who are just playing the game? Like, no, I don't like. Fuck J.K. Rowling. I just want to be a wizard. I want to be a Hufflepuff. Let me go be a Hufflepuff. Like, let me go enjoy the game. That's all I care about. Like, this is what the gaming thing is about. Like, you just want to go. This is like, you play video games to escape from outside problems. And then if you bring in that, and then like when I want to go play a single player game and I want to stream it, like I want to have some engagement, let them do that. Like, it's not a bad thing to go and play the game. That's my biggest thing, and that's what pisses me off about it. But,
yeah.
So if you are one of those people that actually actively goes and hates and attack people for streaming and playing Hogwarts, please get off the line. Please go outside. Like, go have a social life. You're chronically online. It's kind of bad and it's kind of embarrassing. Come on, guys. Like, we can do better.
One of my favorite things, like with Harry Potter, is, do you remember, this is another J.K. Rowling Twitter moment where she was like coming out and trying to say like the cast of Harry Potter was actually very multicultural.
Yeah, wait, I remember that, wasn't it?
She like tweeted out or wrote something, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, Ron Weasley's like supposed to be black," and it's like, good thing they made 8 movies where he's a fucking white redheaded kid.
Yeah, I'm like,
and she said,
and then
I don't remember.
I think it was Dumbledore. They're like, "Oh yeah, Dumbledore is actually gay," and then like out of nowhere, and everyone's like,
It's like,
okay."
Who's gonna argue with you?
Like, okay, you're the writer, I guess, sure.
But
like,
it's like,
nobody really.
It's like you're trying to be inclusive after the fact. It's like,
I remember that moment. Like, it was such a weird moment. Everyone was like, I think everyone collectively just looked at each other like, oh, okay,
yeah, it's like
cool, I guess.
Silly
you do
JK.
you, J.K. Rowling. Like, nobody was attacking her. Nobody was like flaming her. I think everyone was like, okay.
That's like it's like no one was attacking her back then or anything, but then like people were attacking the HBO for Game of Thrones because there aren't enough like black people in that or something.
Yeah, I mean, I never watched Game of Thrones, so I don't know.
It takes place in like a fantasy world, but like what you would assume is like a medieval like fantasy England-esque type place that mostly has white people in it. Because that's how medieval England was, but people were upset that there wasn't enough multicultural inclusivity or like, fine, I guess we're in 20. It was what, I don't know when it was coming out, but whenever it was coming out, 2020-ish. Sure, maybe you could have been more inclusive, but to compensate, and it's really funny. They have that House of the Dragon show, which is like
apparently it's pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I watched like the first episode or 2, but like it's about like this one like house, like it's similar, I guess you could say, to Harry Potter, how they're the different like houses.
Yeah, or like
so they're in Game of Thrones, they're like families, and it's about the one, they're called the Targaryen family, and they're like they are like the dragon riders, except they're known for like being these like pale people with like white hair and shit, and then like one of the fucking main guys in House of the Dragon is this black guy that's in their family, and they're like, oh, they really try to shoehorn that guy in.
Wait, they did? Like, was that everyone saying?
No, well, like it's like it looks like they really just tried to do it to like calm people down.
Yeah,
which like fine, I guess it doesn't take away from the show or anything. I just think it's really funny. Like some of the reactions that these like studios are big corporations have, where they just try to like shoehorn whatever in to try to make people happy.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, like for I don't know, for terrorists, like for like terrorists in CS:GO, like counter terrorists and terrorists, and then like I'm not, I like look, I'm Middle Eastern, I'm Jordanian and Palestinian, but like I wasn't getting offended when I saw like Dust 2. It's literally in the Middle East.
Yeah, it's
And then
literally fucking like.
And then the characters, like, sometimes they're speaking in Arabic and they look very Middle Eastern like, but I wasn't getting offended by that. It's like, okay, cool, I guess. Let's go, let's move on.
It's like, I guess that's how the media shows it.
Of course, like every ethnicity is different. I get that. Like me, like my ethnicity, like we don't really care much, to be honest, unless like you're making it religiously, then yeah, okay. We're gonna get we're gonna get angry, of course. But if it's like culturally, if you're gonna like we're seeing Arabic writing and like I think literally Valorant. Dust 2 is literally there's Arabic writing everywhere.
You mean CS:GO?
No, in Valorant. No, I'm sorry, in Valorant and Bind in Valorant.
Oh yeah,
it's literally
it's in Morocco.
It's in Morocco, and I'm seeing it. I'm like, oh, sick. Like, of course, would I like more Middle Eastern characters? But yeah, like that kind of stuff is pretty sick. Like, our Rainbow Six Siege, they added literally a Jordanian like character in the game, and it was like pretty sick. I mean, was he like? Did he look very Jordanian? Yes. But like that kind of stuff is pretty sick, or like in comics where they make a character and like Miles Morales. I feel like that was a perfect example of how to make like going from like Spider-Man who's white to Miles Morales,
Black Spider-Man,
like a Spider-Man who's African American, which is like that's something like sick. But I feel like, of course, if you're forcing it, it's not gonna be well. But like that's a good like way to show it, and it's pretty sick. But yeah, I love how we went from apologizing to Apex to AI to deepfakes and
to racism in video games.
Yeah. All right.
To racism in Harry Potter, or transphobia in Harry Potter, to racism in video games.
Yeah. Gotta love it. But all right. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Love you. Bye bye.